The wonderful boat ramp, a great place to go and people watch and get a little entertainment. But as a boater, for most of us, it's not a spot we really enjoy all that much. Welcome back, crew, to this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. Now, the reason we don't enjoy it that much as boaters, it has nothing to do with us having to launch or retrieve our boat. In fact, it actually has to do with everybody else who's down there trying to launch or retrieve their boats, and the idiots we have to deal with making silly mistakes while they're down there at the boat ramp. Now, don't get me wrong, we make plenty of our own mistakes when we're down there around the boat ramp or around the dock, but this is just another added level of difficulty, as we always gotta pay attention and watch our surroundings and make sure the people around us appear to know what they're doing. But even when they do appear to know what they're doing, it doesn't necessarily mean things are gonna go that way. So we always gotta watch out for that one Googan who's gonna go down there and make that one mistake that turns everything over and affects everybody down around the dock. Now I know what you're thinking already. You're like, BG, I've got enough going on my boat that I don't want to have to worry about everybody else who's down there at the docks. And again, that is why it's one of the most frustrating spots, because it's up to you as a captain to make sure your crew's safe and everybody around you is safe as well. So when you see people down there doing some stupid things around the dock of the boat ramp, it's best to try and steer clear and probably stay away from that person, unless for some reason you think you have to intervene so they don't wind up injuring anybody else down there around the docks. Kind of like this situation here, where this guy's already hit 2 cars and is backing down the ramp toward a 3rd vehicle.
Get over there.
Hey, cops are coming.
Cops are coming. You hit 2. You're fixing it.
Now, unfortunately, this is just one of those situations you're going to deal with in boating. If you go out boating enough times, you're going to run into that one guy who spent a little too much time out there at the sandbar and decided he was going to come back and try and retrieve a vessel, and it doesn't always work out that well. One of the other people you'll deal with down around the boat ramp and the docks, that's going to be those people who either aren't maintaining their equipment properly or don't even have the proper equipment. Now I know you might be thinking that one doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but the reality is a lot of situations could be avoided around the docks and the boat ramp if people were using properly maintained and just proper equipment in general. A lot of the accidents and things we see go wrong around the boat ramp all come back to this. Not necessarily somebody doing something stupid or wrong at the boat ramp, but because they weren't using either the proper tow vehicle or they didn't have their vehicle equipped properly, it always winds up in a bad situation, and one of those ones that could easily have been avoided just by somebody doing the right thing. So again, if you're around the boat ramp and you see somebody towing or doing something you don't think's right, probably one of those situations you'll want to try and avoid again. Another thing that happens quite often to us down there at the boat ramp, well, we're just sitting there minding our own business and somebody else comes in and winds up hitting us anyway. I love this guy right here because he exemplifies exactly what should happen at the boat ramp. Accidents are going to occur. They're not done on purpose, and everything, if it's all good, let it be all good. There's no reason to get riled up or frustrated. Now, don't get me wrong, there will be other times where things are a little more blatant. Now, I don't believe this crew's doing this on purpose, but obviously all my man needs to do is stop. I'll tell you what, this is one of those situations that I always remind people of. If you're in a bad spot and things are going wrong, you hear people around you yelling, pull it out of gear and stop, that's probably the correct move, is for you to go ahead and slam it into neutral and let it be. Once again, the docks can be a frustrating place and so can the boat ramp, so that leads boaters to do some odd things from time to time, like going to the extreme to find different ways to where they can just avoid the boat ramp altogether. That's why people will spend tons of money putting boat lifts behind their house, or spend exorbitant amount of money going ahead and keeping their vessel in a marina, or even doing one higher than that, going ahead and just combining the two like this guy so you don't even need a boat ramp.
You got his FL numbers. How's it going? Good, looking good. I thought you were driving across and that's all the floats. It's floating. That's pretty cool. Maybe you can catch some fish too while you're doing it, huh?
Gotta love it. He's even got the Florida registration numbers and everything on this one. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Angelo Me 5, Base Dev, Miami Boat Ramps, Edie Miller, Hambino 88, Jim Brockett, Shannon Renee 110, And Tim Netterlow did this week, and if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.